was doing it in my mind. Alright, we're going in 10 seconds. Yeah, welcome back. It's another episode of the 257 Collective Podcast. We're up to episode number 35 today. We're once again in the beautiful studios of Gypsey Tales studio up here in Burleigh, mate. It's a grouse spot. Jase McAlpine is not here today, but we got Rones behind the computer editing it all. So thanks for everything you do, Rones. Also, while we're sitting here, you know, we got these beautiful pink drinks in front of us. And mate, let me tell you something about these. Let me tell you something. Mr. Consistent just keeps coming through with the greats. My name's Matt Croker, and I'm once again joined by my two very best friends, Connor William Watson, Kalen J. Ponga. Boys, how are we today?
I'm good. That was the longest intro you've ever done.
Yeah,
well done.
Thanks, boys.
That's the most important part when you do that.
I know. My two very best friends. It comes. I just like
Connor Willie Watts.
Connor Willie Watts.
I was waiting
Kalen
for it.
J. Ponga. You boys remember my middle name?
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, I do. No, I do.
The big fella,
We're
Croker.
talking about last night.
We were talking about it last night.
I wasn't with you last night.
Nah,
so
that's okay. We've still been best friends for 4 years.
George.
So I thought you might have remembered. Close, but close. You're on the right track. Nah. Keep that. Keep that little
Jared.
No, with a G.
Jeremy.
Jeffrey.
Oh, close.
Jeff.
There you go, boys. Matthew Jeff Croker. That's my full name.
Hey, just while we're on the intro, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? We need to say this early on in the piece. We say it at the end.
At the end.
Not everyone stays till the very end.
Yeah, but they do.
Yeah,
everyone does.
Most do.
Okay.
And we appreciate the ones that stay to the end.
I think the statistics might say a little bit different,
But
but
don't tell them that.
I'm just gonna jump in real quick while we're on the intro.
Of course, mate.
I've mentioned where we are. I've mentioned what we're drinking, but I haven't mentioned what we're wearing, boys. We got Valley Eyewear, and I'll give this one a shout out.
I look good.
And the boys, mate, shout out
good.
to MC and his beautiful wife Tens, his two great kids, Sailor and Dash. Mate, we spent the last couple of days with them. Valley Eyewear, you can get them all over e-commerce. They have a store in. Are they in Palmy? Or are they in Currumbin?
Their warehouse
is in
Currumbin.
Yeah,
Currumbin Valley, mate.
They're grouse people. The sunnies are unbelievable. I've actually never had a pair until the other day. He gave us some, and I haven't really taken them off.
No, you haven't.
Sort of like my
ASIC
shoes.
They look good.
Haven't come off.
I know, and they stink, bro.
That's a
okay.
bold comment.
Okay.
On a podcast.
Okay.
Where people are going to listen.
Hang on,
they reek, and they got a stench.
Don't try and shoot me down the other day.
He didn't back you up, and now you're backing him up.
Okay, I'm gonna spill the tea right here, right? So we were about to get in the elevator the other day. Croaks was tying up his shoes, and this stench of doom hit me right in the nose. I was like, "Oh, Croaks, they stink." He was real off me, and then he's like, "No, they don't. Then Kalen walked out, and I knew Kalen could smell it, and I go, "Kalen, how bad did Croaks' shoes stink?" And then Kalen was like trying to be so boys, and he's like, "Nah, they don't." Bro, I'll confess. 2 hours later, he comes up to me, and goes, "Bro, Croaks' shoes stink."
Yeah, you don't play me like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to do it then because we were heading out, and I was like, I don't want this guy to think about his stinky shoes while he's out.
And you know, I have a fear of smelling bad.
Exactly.
I've said this on the podcast before. It comes from when I was younger. Working on the dairy, put my arms against the cows. I actually have a fear of smelling bad. I hate it. I really hate it.
Well, you didn't smell bad.
No, it's okay. I'll tell you why I think they're a bit rough early.
You sweat.
Is because
of
the prank that you pulled on me when I was on the toilet and you came in and you threw all the water on. They were brand new, lad. They were brand new, and you soaked them. And I wore them out that night.
Your sweat making them soggy.
Sweat glands have a massive
thing to do with it.
Element to play. Yeah. There's a fair bit to do in that. I'll tell you why. I accidentally grabbed a pair of socks that I'd worn like the day before. I didn't mean to grab. I meant to grab the other ones.
It makes sense.
I meant to grab the other ones. I'm blaming it on the socks, not the shoes.
Well, I agree with you.
You get what I'm saying?
It might be the socks. Then.
Hey boys, you know what? While we're talking about things we're wearing, I got an Alfred's apartment hat. Was that a good segue?
It was nice. I had one more question.
Okay, go.
Would you rather?
It's still on the foot thing.
Would you rather that your friends told you stunk?
Yeah.
Then not tell you that you stunk.
I don't
and
even
let
want you to keep
out.
going. I want yes.
Yeah, but we were going in a bit of a rush, and we were going to golf outdoor area.
Yeah,
it's okay to stink.
It was okay with the shoes because I knew it was the socks.
Yeah.
And it was because I
So
didn't
you
have
knew?
I didn't have my shoes
Did
on.
you
yeah,
know, or
yeah.
did you turn a
Got
blind
home
eye?
that night, put them out on the balcony. Mums.
Whoa.
Mums.
So you make
Didn't
everyone
wash
in-
them, just on the balcony.
I don't want to wash them. They're a bit new.
I don't
Oh,
know.
the shoes.
Oh, the shoes, not the
I
socks.
was thinking you just
Yeah,
put
well,
the
you-
socks
I'm
back
not-
on the
no, I
balcony
put
and then
the
reuse them
shoes
again.
on the balcony. No, I wash the socks.
Okay.
Got a new
Okay.
set of socks on.
That's fair.
Okay, let me get back to Alfred's apartment. The boys, Eddie and the lads over there, grouse crew.
Mickey.
We played a
Mickey,
bit of,
the grouse.
played a little bit of night golf with them the other day. Their crew. We're going to talk about that a bit later. But yeah, go check out all their stuff. They're killing it at the moment, and their stuff is mad. What
Yeah.
about when they gave me that shirt? Another thing I haven't taken
You
off.
haven't taken that. It was
Mate,
black.
look after the people that are looking after you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys have
100%.
guessed it. It's black. Yeah, it's a black shirt.
It is.
Why are you wearing a grey shirt today?
He's confident. I
I'm
like
not too
it.
sure.
Leave
I'm
him
not too
alone,
sure.
mate.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
confident.
not too sure. I
He's
say,
come in here.
hey,
Sweating it?
yeah, I am.
Show
I am.
us your pits.
Nah, I ain't doing that on the podcast,
Okay.
especially when it's not a video one. You know what I'm saying?
The Alfred's apartment boys. We went there. We had a look. Had a beer. Their setup's so sick. Like they've got this like old. It's not run down, but it's just like this old vibey. They've added things to it to make it look cool, and they have a cafe. I think they used to have a barbershop in there.
Yeah.
They have their studio.
Bar on
they have a
weekends.
bar.
Bar on weekends. That's the dream.
Actually, they were actually having a party this weekend.
They have
They
good
were.
people. They have good people.
COVID,
that's-
man.
I think that shines through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yes.
they're burritos.
So this is the burritos.
I've heard about
They're
the
known for
burritos.
it. Brekkie burritos.
Yeah,
Best
the BB.
the BB. Oh,
Yeah.
the BB.
Get the
at
BB and then go
AF.
down to the BPs
Oh,
at the double A's.
what's the double A's?
Alfred apartment.
Oh,
It's all right. You'll catch on. Before I get into the rundown, we're just gonna give you a little fan shout out as we always do. I got Murray Sutherland. She asked me today, or I'm not too sure if it was a boy or a girl. Asked me if I could give him a shout out on Instagram, and then the people of Burleigh again.
I got one. The Currumbin Eagles.
Nice.
We went down and said hello to the under 7s, under 15, and under 18s.
Oh
And,
yeah, you went to
we
under
played,
18s as
played
well.
a little bit of touch.
I was not in the attire to play touch.
Yeah, yeah.
Jumper,
yeah.
tracksuit
Trackies.
pants, sweating.
Oh,
Oh, coach.
oh.
You would have loved it. Someone else sweating.
Welcome
I
to
know.
the club.
Yeah, so we went down, said hello to them. It was pretty cool just to sort of be able to do that. And had a little chat to the 18s. And yeah, apparently they got some good players in that team.
Oh yeah,
They're
true.
big boys, man.
Yeah.
Someone was. I
compared
think.
to Connor.
I think Kevy. Yeah, facts.
Land of the
It's not hard,
Giants.
though,
though.
eh?
Yeah, facts.
Land of the Giants.
I think Kevy Proctor was a Currumbin Eagle.
I know
Yeah, who
Xavier
was?
was.
Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier Coates was as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully a couple more boys come out of there.
Yeah, I think
Crack the grade.
one of their boys is signed to the Knights.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, through like the
Must be like I don't
the
know.
connection deal that we have up here, because I'm pretty sure we did have something up here.
Nah, that's with Ipswich.
Oh, righto.
Was he wearing was that the guy wearing Knights pants?
No, he had a hat backwards. I don't know if he was wearing Knights pants.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. I want to shout out.
Yeah, you go, mate.
His name's Chris. I just met him at the gym before.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah, he come up to me, big fan of the podcast. He was just finishing his workout.
Yeah.
I was just getting started.
Yeah.
Getting after it.
Yeah, grouse.
Sweating out some demons. You know how,
Yeah,
you know how it
there's a
goes.
couple. There's a couple getting around in
Yeah.
that head of yours.
Yeah.
We had a lady come up to us when we were at
Yeah,
brekkie lunch,
I was
and it
gonna
was
touch
pretty
on that.
cool. Like, what would she? I don't know how old she was,
I
but
don't know.
for a lady,
Mid-20s?
yeah, mid-20s, late 20s maybe.
Yeah.
Mid-20s, I don't know. And she came up and just said, "Hey boys, just wanted you to know that I'm a big fan of the podcast." And I did not expect that. And
Yeah.
she said she just finished listening to the last one.
The day before. Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say that. I was going to say, if you're in Burleigh and you do see us, don't be afraid. These poor girls today try to get up and ask
They
a photo.
They walked up.
They walked
stood
right
in
up to
front
our
of me,
table.
and then just went. I was like, hello, I was like, hey.
KP goes, he goes, you just want a photo? And one of them just walked away and
Walked
he goes, oh, mutes.
What?
And, but they-
You
yeah.
talk?
Yeah,
No?
don't be scared.
Yeah,
Like what
don't be shy.
what that lady come up and what she said about our podcast today was mad. Makes us feel grouse.
We
What did
asked
she
her-
say? Did
she
she
said-
No, she just
love
said,
it?
mate, she loves it, and she was like, I'm so sorry to bombard you. Well, I was actually writing the podcast, and she goes, oh, I'm so sorry to bombard you. I don't mean to do this, but could I just grab a photo? I'm like, yeah, of course you can. And
Yeah.
then she was just like real, like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to like intrude, but it's not intruding. It's
No,
like
It's
30
actually
seconds out of
really,
our day,
really
mate.
nice.
Makes us feel
Yeah,
as
everyone
good as it
feels
makes
rude.
them do. Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't mean to be rude. You're not rude at all. Like, we actually really appreciate it. It's quite
Yeah.
cool for us
It's
because,
mad.
to me, I guess recognised for the podcast instead
Yeah.
of as a footy player. I think
Yeah.
it's cool.
We had a
For
couple
me, it
blokes
feels
last
good.
night after we left dinner. There was a couple blokes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit intoxicated, I think. They were, they were having a good night. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
running
yeah.
up and putting their arms around us. But that was good as well. On today's show, we're back to doing the rundown. So It's week 3 of holidays. It's a little bit of a quieter week, a little bit more of a working week.
Wholesome.
So today, sort of for the first 30 minutes, we're just going to talk a couple more stories about what's come out of this week. KP's had a shocking week. Shocking week with the Airbnb and hotels. Little couple jokes gone wrong. Going to talk a little bit more about the night golf, Currumbin, Valley, Valley Eyewear, and another day at Mr. Consistent. And then sort of the back end of the podcast, we're actually going to talk a little bit of footy. I know we don't really do that, but we're going to switch it up a little bit for a footy podcast. We're going to talk a little bit of footy. We're going to talk a little bit about the Knights and then the NRL itself and what a season it's been. And then we're just going to hit you with a little bit of GF moments. This has been recorded on the Friday, so we know the GF's on the Sunday. So you won't hear this until after the GF. So we might make some predictions and we'll see how close we go to getting them right. And then we're just going to talk a little bit about the greatest moments, tell a couple of stories, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get to you, my guy. Do you want to tell the story, or should we tell the story?
I'll tell my side.
All right, you go first.
Should be told first, and this is the truth. So for some reason, whoever knows me knows that I'm not very good at organising stuff, taking initiative, and just doing day-to-day.
Just being an adult.
Being an adult.
Just doing normal.
I don't want to
things.
grow up. Call me Peter Pan. I don't care. It's a compliment.
In a sense.
I don't want to grow up. So the boys, for some reason, left the responsibility of organising a new place to me. They thought it would be smart to give the guy that has no clue how to do this, how to even book a plane flight, calls his mum on the reg to do that.
On the reg.
Decided to give him the responsibility. And I think I've done well. I think...
Yeah?
Yeah. So what happened is I booked a place, which Tex also helped me with. And
so did you book it?
I booked it. It was my money.
Yeah.
How did Tex help you?
He sent me the place.
Okay, so
he recommended the place.
Oh.
So he helped.
So Tex found
friends.
So Tex found the place?
Our friend's not allowed to help.
No.
Our friend's not allowed to help.
I was just wondering.
It's weird, eh?
No, they are. They are. I never said that.
Oh.
I was just asking. I was just trying to get the story straight.
Connor's very negative.
So Tex found the place.
So Tex and I found the place.
Okay.
And I booked the place.
Yep.
Did you find it, or did Tex find it and you booked it?
Come on, man.
So Tex found
it.
So
Tex found it, you booked.
So we both found it together.
At the very same time? Because you're at the Dally M's.
No,
we were at home.
It was before. I know. Imagine giving the guy who's, lucky enough to go to Dally M's the responsibility of while he's there. While you're just sitting at home doing nothing.
Congratulations, mate. Just quickly, congratulations on being a nominee for Fullback of the Year.
Thank you,
I'll say no more. Let's back to the story.
Do you want to say anything? All right. Connor? No, nothing. Hasn't smiled this whole podcast. So while I'm at the Dally M's, sitting at the table, trying to enjoy my night, I've got to book a place for the boys, and I was happy to. You know what I mean? The boys' happiness is important to me. I want them to be happy.
Massively.
And so I booked this place.
Is that when he took the car too?
We walked in.
That's when he.
Holy! I forgot about that whole side of the story.
Where were you going?
Where
were you boys going?
Down. That is getting written down. Finish this one. Finish the hotel.
So then we got to the hotel and we walked in, and we call the place Grandma's Place at the moment because it's just a little bit run down.
Let's not say what the name of the hotel is.
No, we won't.
Looks like Nan and Pops.
It looks like Nan and Pops, but on the website and the pictures that I was looking at,
it looked like our grandkids. That's how new the place looked. You know what I mean?
It was
20
modern,
years from now.
Exactly, it was modern. It was nice. The bed frames were intact. You know what I mean? Like the kitchen was nice. The only thing that's really done up in Grandma's place is the bathrooms.
The bathrooms are good.
The bathrooms are lovely.
Well, we're gonna hang out in the bathrooms.
I'll give the bathrooms a massive rap.
They are.
I like the bathrooms.
They're the only thing that's like modern.
Croaks has been spending lots of time in the bathroom.
doing the bad big
where
I was thinking more
big booze.
Hanging out with Tom Hank. Like,
where does this come from?
Not so much the big poos.
But he does. Fucking rewind a little bit here, eh?
Yeah, actually,
this ain't about me. This is about him.
Lucky Grandma's bathrooms are nice. You know what I mean?
This is about you, right?
I'm glad you're having a good time in there.
We got apartment catfished.
We got catfish.
We got catfish
by a hotel.
We got catfish, and for some reason, the boys think that that's my fault.
Is it? I think so.
Yeah.
I think
reckon?
so. I think so.
Well, I mean,
didn't you just say you're the one who booked it?
So
didn't you just say you're the one who found it and booked it? Am I mistaken? Have I heard you wrong? Did you not just say me and Tex found it and I booked it with my money?
Yes.
So it's all on you.
Yes.
But the responsibility of how bad the hotel is not on you. Okay.
Yes.
So whose responsibility does that fall on?
The hotels.
Okay. Okay.
The
The hotel
the
that you booked at
The lovely man that is letting us stay there.
with your money.
The lovely man that is letting us stay there
What's his
until
name?
we find Greg, Jeff, like you. A lovely man that's letting us stay there until we find another place,
Yeah.
which we probably won't because we're pretty happy there. Like it's not that bad.
So it's not bad. So the moral is KP can't get accepted to any Airbnbs for some reason. I don't know why.
Yes.
They must just hate rugby league players at the moment. I don't know why. Like, we're not in the headlines or anything.
Not at all.
And so we had this place booked, and we got there, and we go, oof,
Oof.
oof.
Ooh,
I
I've
don't
smelled
know.
that before.
Location, grouse,
Retirement
good
retirement home. Oh, Nan, where are you? Nan, are you alright? Oh no. I thought Nan was gonna just pop up. I thought we walked into the wrong place. We could go back there. Nan could be there. We don't know.
To tell you how old it is,
Oh,
it's got like a home phone,
yeah.
one
with
the string.
With a
with
curly
a
string.
with a curly string, and the radio of Pop's radio of 80 years ago.
My old man, right, has had that same radio alarm clock for as long as I've been alive and the rest.
Oh.
So that's over 20 years, like over 22 years. Anyway, we said, nah, boys, like, come on, we're a bit better than this. Let's go somewhere nicer. KP goes, KP,
humble.
well, we live nice. Let's live nice, you know?
I'm humble.
You know, we don't have to live like grub, like, you know what I mean?
It's
Anyway,
not that bad.
it's not. I like it. I was free to stay. I didn't stress once on Tuesday.
No,
I was so
neither did
calm.
I.
I was
Monday.
sitting,
It was Monday.
Monday.
It was Monday.
I was sitting back watching Sex Education. I couldn't have a care in the world. It did not bother me. We're like cats, mate. We always fall on our feet. You know what I mean?
9 lives.
And so KP booked another place, like a different Airbnb,
That was nice.
which was grouse. And we were like, okay, we'll go
Yes.
talk to the bloke and say, look, mate, it just wasn't what we're looking for.
you
Yeah.
went, I went.
Yeah, KP went. So
on
it's
my
all,
own.
all your responsibility.
On my own.
All-
No one wanted.
it was your
me.
it was your fault.
Yeah. Anyway, I went. So he's given us a refund, and I don't know how, but we're just staying there for free at the moment.
Yeah.
So you had a big boy conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You manned up.
I
Anyway.
manned up and I went up there.
And so we had this other one booked, and we're like, boys, we'll pack our stuff, we'll stay for the night, we'll get in there tomorrow. Grouse. A couple of hours go by, and we weren't approved. So we were literally living homeless there for a little bit. We had
That's
one
why, yeah.
one night at a home, and we're all starting a bit like everyone was. Well, the boys were getting stressed. Me and Connor, we couldn't really care. We were just cruising.
Yeah.
I would
happy, man.
I would have found me feet. I would have slept on the beach. You know, I don't really care. I do not care.
But grandma's
But-
isn't good enough.
But KP was walking around the house real
Is it good?
stressed, right? Real stressed because it was all his fault, right? and at the height of the stress of him, Johnsy and Tex stressing, this is just where KP's attitude's at, right? He's stressing out. He's I don't like. We're not getting approved. Why are they not approving me? Why are we at Nens? Like all this shit. He just goes, fuck it. I might take a nap.
And sleeps.
And
At a-
literally
at a-
slept.
at a shit time too.
Slept for like an hour and a half at the peak of everyone's
like-
stress.
Was it a good
This
sleep?
is- yes. Oh, I remember waking up and going, oh shit.
I still don't have a
I
place.
don't want to be here. Go to bed.
You know what? You did it today.
Sleeping is so much better. I'd rather.
He did it today.
I've
Had a
never
nap.
actually seen him so flustered.
It was,
Never.
It was so funny.
Never.
The whole point of like all of this and letting Kalen do it is because he's not going to have me there to hold his hand next to you.
Exactly
So
right, mate.
He's got to.
Don't need it.
Don't need it.
Anyway,
Oh,
that
the last couple of days.
I think you do.
Oh,
I think you do.
Crokes.
Connor's booked me 2 trips, and they've both been in the grouse. Both the Byron trips, you booked them.
Yeah.
Texas was
Done,
good.
mate. Yeah.
Texas was
Texas was
grouse
good.
there.
Don't want
Airbnb.
to. Yeah, Texas was nice. Texas' second one was good too. You know what I mean? Grandma's, technically.
Oh,
Anyway.
so now you want to say that he found it?
Anyway,
Yeah.
that moved us on to the homeless jokes that we started.
Yeah,
And the homeless
On the
jokes were on
Instagram.
KP's Instagram. And they got a little bit out of hand.
they did. Yeah, I felt bad. My mum was texting me. A lot of really good people were saying, "Are you okay? Do you need help?"
Proper.
Which is like, and I was very grateful for all the messages. But I was also sitting there going like,
Should we be
taking
joking
it?
about
Yeah,
this?
should we be joking?
You had a story about it, didn't you, Connor?
We're taking the piss. Like,
I actually got a really good story about it. But like, because the first 2 stories, they were legit.
yeah,
We,
they kind of
when
were.
we
Yeah.
were sitting in the park,
They
we,
actually-
we didn't have a place,
Yeah.
so it was kind of like. But then, we went for dinner, and then on the walk home, we walked past the same park bench, and we're like,
Yeah, took another one.
Should we just do another one? It'll be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Play-
people
play
knew
up
that
to
it
a
was a
bit more.
joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by that one they did.
They do. Yeah,
We're going to do one in the morning, but we just didn't want anyone being too stressed.
even if you were like
Too
what?
stressed.
Ensuite, open living,
Yes.
beer taps just next door.
Beachfront,
Beachfront.
water, shower.
Live wherever you want,
Mate,
really.
it was
You
good,
know what I mean?
It was good living for the day.
Homeless ain't homeless. Homeless, you just got heaps of places to live, I reckon. So endless amount of parks. Take your pick, you know what I'm saying? You had a story.
Yeah. So I've got some really good family friends of mine that live up here. And this was, so I went for dinner with them last night, and this was the point of where I actually knew that people were legit, and like we might have taken it too far.
Yeah.
So one of my best mates growing up, his family lives here, and he's got like a family of 6. He's got a younger sister. I'm not going to mention any names because
that's okay.
I don't want to embarrass anyone.
That's fine.
But she has gone to her mum and said, like, mum, like, was really upset too, and was like, mum, have you seen Connor's story? Like, they're homeless. They're sleeping in Burleigh Park, and they live just around the corner, and then the mum goes like, oh, you know, Connor's a big boy, like he'll sort himself out, and if need be, like he knows he can always come and stay here. And then so she's gone away. About 10 minutes later, she's like, no, mum, I'm actually really worried about the boys. Should we go to Burleigh and see if they're all right? And she actually made her mum drive down to Burleigh Park.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and full check out the seats to make sure that we weren't there. And then she was like, "Oh, okay, why don't we go try it over the beach where there's the huts, the roofs?" Yeah, she's like, maybe they're asleep down there. So made mum take her down there. And I felt so bad after hearing that, but I was also
bad
like,
now.
how sweet of her.
We're lucky that people care about us.
We are. We had like Blake Green rang us. He's like, boys,
the boy that cried wolf.
He's like, please. He's like, boys, please don't be homeless. We're like, no, mate, we're not.
Yeah, we were serious but joking.
Yeah, it was sort of a half-hearted one.
We wanted someone there to sort of give us a. The thing is, the boys are picky. In my defense, like you want a 3-bedroom with a nice kitchen. You want the nice bathroom. But
then they also want to pay $100 for it.
Yeah,
too.
and then $100. Yeah,
wasn't that text condition? If you stay, I'll stay if I don't have to pay.
Hey,
yeah. Obviously, we're going to stay in Ned's apartment.
Well, it costs nothing to be homeless. Text.
I was like, oh, these boys don't want an expensive place because then they don't want to pay for that. So
can I just quickly tell the car story?
Car story?
So we had to be out.
I needed to get to Deli M's.
We had to be out on Tuesday. And we met a bloke the Wednesday before, and he actually bumped into me. He goes, "Oh mate," he goes, "Mate, you with Kalen?" I said, "Oh, he was here. He left." He goes, "Oh, listen, mate, I've got a car dealership." He's like, "How's he getting around?" I was like, "Oh, we're renting one at the moment. We hired it." He goes, "Here, take my card." He said, "Tell KP to ring me. You know, I'll look after him." Rah rah. I was like, "Mate, thank you so much, mate. Legend." Bulls. Move forward a couple of days. And I told KP about it, right? And KP goes,
free car.
Oh, he goes, "Mate, yes, here, give me the card." I was like, giving it to him with the shaky hand, like, "Here, take this." He goes, "Yeah, sweet." Put it in his wallet. That was like a Friday morning, building into the weekend. Silly move by Croaks. And a couple of days later, we knew that we were going to have to leave, and we were like, "KP, can you get that card out? Call that bloke, see if he can hook us up with a car," because ours was running out on Tuesday. KP goes, "Yeah, sweet." Just chuck him a wallet. Passed him his wallet. Searched it through, and he was like, "Oh. Jeez, I must have put it in one of these compartments in my wallet. It's not in there."
I should have known to keep it with you because you never use your wallet.
And then it would
have been safe in there.
And then I seen him get up and go check the room, and I was like, I bet you he's lost it. And he comes back, he goes, "Boys, bad news. I've lost the card." And I don't remember the bloke's name. I don't even think he said his name. So that ruined our chances of getting the next car. Anyway, so we were moving out on the Tuesday, and on the Monday, KP goes, "Hey boys, I might borrow the car and take it to Brisbane, and go to the Deli M's instead of catching a train or getting a driver," which he could have. All right. So you took our only car, and then you ruined our chances of getting another car. And then when me and Connor had to return the hire car that we had,
the no fuels
on empties.
Is that my fault? Is the no fuels my fault?
I mean, who drove it to Brisbane?
To Brisbane and back the night before.
I had to fuel it up to get to Brisbane. So therefore, it was empty before I had
Me and Tex had filled it up before that anyway.
No, you hadn't. That is a lie, Croaks.
Stop lying. So funny. Croaks is like, "Yeah, mate, I'll get it. That's all good." So I was filling it up. I seen it get to $87. That's what it costs to refill it. So I just walked in, I handed Croaks my card. I was like, "Just take that." He goes, "Oh, how much is it?" I said, $87. He's like, "Fuck, get that in."
I was like, oh, you want some chips or something as well?
Yeah, he bought himself a Powerade and then
I bought you a Powerade as well.
he bought 2 Powerades, blue and purple, and he goes, oh, just take whatever flavour you want. So I took the purple one, and then he was off me because I took the purple one.
I go, oh, you took the purple one, the one that I sort of held next to me.
Yeah, like
which one do you want?
Down, he dropped that one first, and then was like,
held it for a little bit. Yeah, just take which one you want. There was only one at his feet, and I just dropped the purple. He grabs the purple. I was gonna say
blue's a bit
else.
basic, but isn't it?
We filled that car up with the dirtiest tanker E10 bar.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anyway, I was running late too. About to.
Oh
yeah,
you had a zoom. You had a zoom.
That was I was as rattled as Kalen was.
Yeah, proper. He lost his phone. I said, mate, just check the back seat. That's where you're sitting. I fucking did check the back seat. I was like, righto. It was barely speaking to me while I'm driving, like 20 minutes to surface. And then I was like, mate, are you sure? And as I went to grab the pocket behind the passenger seat, I turned my head and I could see his little camera, like just sitting in the back seat. Away? And I just blew up. I was like, mate, what the? And just grabbed the phone. I was like, here, you've been sitting here pissed off at me. Take the phone. And then he was like, oh, man, kissing my hand. His whole mood changed.
I was so stressed.
Yeah, I'm just going to say something real quick. The funny thing I've noticed about you two is when you've like got something stressful come up, you've got like this little line graph, right? And you just go like real calm because you sort of got it under control, right? And then the closer the thing or the worse it gets, the more your stress just goes up and up and up and up. And then you get to a final point where you just go, I don't even care anymore. Nah. And you just go all the way down to not caring and you just hate everything. So yours was with the nap and Connor was just at the point where he's just like, I'm just going to miss the meeting. It's for my charity. I'm done. I don't even care. I'm just going to miss it.
No, because I've been so bad with my phone and stuff, like as far as replying to messages and like emails, just because I've been on holidays.
Yeah.
And my mum's organising like the selling of my house and stuff too, and I haven't been very present, and and she was already like sending off me because I haven't.
We're living the dream.
Yeah, I know.
It's not reality.
So I was like, I'm gonna go and there's like 10 people in this meeting. I'm going to let them all down. Like, here I go again. Here's Connor's late again. Like, you know what I mean? That's what was.
Oh, and another stressful thing was we were trying to upload the podcast that day too. We had to sit at a cafe, hotspotting it.
Courtesy to Jack Johns. The thing was well on its way, and Jack Johns
shuts the
laptop. And then I was out. I get home. I was like, oh, who shut the laptop? Johnsy's like, me. I was like, the podcast was uploading. It took a whole day. It was 39%.
You know how this is on the Tuesday? This is the day I had to organise a place.
Yeah.
When Connor lost his phone, he texted me through your phone and said, hey, bro, I lost my phone. Can you find it?
Yep.
Can I look for it?
And then
you said he did.
And you messaged back and said, sorry, bro, I couldn't find it.
You're going to look for it? And then remember the podcast post had to be done at 3. And I was like, this, out of all the things today that are stressing me out, it was the 3 o'clock post.
Yeah, because he was worried about
you.
Yeah, he was worried about Croaks getting into him. So it's like, Croaks is essentially your mum. Like,
yeah, basically.
In a sense.
Yeah, no, I'm your dad, boy.
You're my son.
And I actually made a post yesterday, which you didn't. The International Podcast Day.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that.
It's like our literal only platform. And I asked you to say... No, you didn't see it because you don't look. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't see it on my phone. I wasn't on my phone.
Yes, you were.
From like 5 till 9.
Yes, you were, mate.
I like to put my phone down and just relax.
Because you'd called me, like, after that time.
I said, hey, Siri, call Croaks. I didn't look at my phone.
You like to put your phone down and relax. What is your screen time?
Yeah, I reckon this will be disgusting.
What, from me?
Yeah.
If you like to put your phone down and sit down.
Setting screen time.
Screen time. Sorry, guys. We're just.
Oh, 4 hours is good.
Good man,
boys.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
What's what's plausible? What's okay?
6 hours is like what I usually get. But 4 hours, I'll take that.
4 hours.
On Tuesday, which was the day that I was stressed.
Yo, my phone's not working.
I was staring at my emails like this. That can't be right.
What does it say? Oh, don't you say double figures. Don't you dare say double figures.
11 hours, 13 minutes.
Puts his phone down. This guy has no excuse not to reply to messages.
What are you doing on there?
13 hours. I was staring, waiting for the confirmation.
Well,
your request has been declined. That's
13
what I was like.
hours.
That's what I was like, boom, I'm going to nap.
Jesus.
Dude, your eyes would have been square.
Does that make you feel sick?
That actually makes me feel sick.
Oh,
100%.
show goes on. Anyway, let's move past KP's horrors. We've been talking about them for too long. We'll just jump into a little bit of the Alfred's boys. We played golf the other day. It was actually the first time I've ever played golf with you two. Yeah.
I was shocking.
You surprised me, Croaks.
I knew Croaks had a bit of golf in him.
How'd you know that? How'd you know that?
I just know these things. I know golfers when I see them.
Yeah,
I know talent when I see
it takes a golfer to know a golfer, eh?
Yeah.
KP's got a little
I'm big on the golf etiquette. Connor's poor on the golf etiquette.
golf, bro. Like walking in people's shadows. Remember the last tee off, and it was the most pressured point of the whole course, and you were in the shadow because it was a night golf, and you were grabbing my my golf ball like in the shadow as I was trying to line it up to swing. I could not believe it. And we crumbled too. We would have won.
It was pretty. It was a cool concept.
It was mad.
So yeah, they had lights. Our carts had lights. Yeah, but me and Connor started very slow.
Give it, mate. Yeah,
We
you just did.
we were probably we were 3 over or something with 4 holes to go.
Yeah,
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Which is poor when you're
Yeah.
playing at Ambrose.
and it was like $50 each.
Yeah, I was confident, but we had a big day before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the golf.
Well,
was
we
fun.
can talk about because we're at Mr. Consistent again.
Yeah, we
Mate,
were.
the best time ever when we go there. I don't know what it is,
Willy
but
Wonka. It's
I
like
think it's the people.
every time we
Chocolate
go
factory.
there, every
the
time we go there,
environment.
it's just fun. We met Mikey. He's like
The weird scientist.
well, not a weird scientist.
The-
He's a genius.
The cool normal scientist.
He's a genius.
he's
lad.
a good sort, man.
Nah, he
yeah,
is.
hey, facts.
Bartender. He would have been.
And he lived over in UK.
What a guy.
Done
What a-
some
what a
damage,
man.
I reckon. my
Yeah, he
man.
was pretty
I
cool.
see.
100%.
So we met up with him, but we literally just. I was just that excited to get back at that bar in their little. What would you call that room?
It's like the staff
Yeah,
room.
it's just like the
Staff
little
room,
where they have their lunch and stuff like that.
Just make some cocktails.
There
and
wasn't too many people there. Maybe they're
Their
waiting on
office.
Thursday.
Yeah, they thought we were
mate.
going to come back on Thursday.
Yeah, maybe they're waiting on Thursday to make us a couple lunch cocktails.
So
We're gonna
we-
have to go back there next week.
We've got something exciting coming with Mr. Consistent.
Yeah.
We won't say too much.
Yeah,
Keep it on the
we
low.
can't say
about-
too much.
Actually, our code, the 10% off.
Yeah.
Make sure you use 257 at checkout. And like, go on and try it. You don't even have to drink it with alcohol too.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you
you
can drink it with
water.
mocktails.
Yeah,
But me and Kaylin on the radio.
yeah. KOFM.
No,
Yeah.
it's New FM. New FM.
Don't care. I wasn't on it. So I'm joking.
New
Wait, can I-
FM. New
Can I,
FM.
can I just backtrack? Did you say 10% off
I did, yeah.
if you use 257?
257. That's 257
So,
at MrConsistent.com.
No, wait.
Should we insert the radio
I-
thing?
Rones, my headphones must be not working. Did you say 10% of your purchase is taken off if you use 257? Is that what you're telling me? Just say it once more.
Croaks, I wouldn't lie to you. They've told me they're going to give us 10% off to the collective for using the code 257 at
To the
checkout.
collective.
Highway robbery.
MrConsistent.com.au.
Daylight.
It's a daylight robbery.
Highway.
They are just giving it away,
Away.
at the moment. I just can't believe it.
And it's suitable for everyone,
It is.
grouse.
You can have it with water. It
right?
tastes nice.
You're a single bloke getting a girl come around for some
Oh.
drinks. You know what I mean? Babe, you want a
Make us some
cocktail?
margies.
You want a
Make us
cocktail?
some
Make us
Margies.
all the instructions are there. Get yourself some ice. Get yourself some liquor.
The
Bang,
girls
bang.
are over.
Easy.
Bob's your uncle.
31 sec. Actually, we went back.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
we
We
did
did
our
our speed
times.
test again.
And I won again.
Yeah, no,
20
you didn't. Nah, these ones were all legitimate. These ones were all legitimate.
I got
I'm the
21.
two-time. I'm the two-time
You
champion.
got 21, you got
Champ.
22, and I got 23.
You know that
No,
actually
you
took
got
me to
27.
No, I didn't. I got 23.
Oh,
I was only a
23.
second off.
You know that actually took me to
You got 27.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Ask them. I got 23. I know it did because I got 10 seconds faster than my last one.
I don't know.
Which was
Tex
33.
has got the footage. We'll see.
Yeah.
That actually took me to like the third highest out of everyone. I
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
Mikey.
yeah.
That's why he was filthy at me.
That's pretty big,
Yeah.
man. Going to a cocktail
Bar.
business
Right, but
meeting
geez, we've made some in the last
and,
week.
And beating
the owner.
one of the owners.
One of
whilst
the partners.
trying to impress them.
Which
That's
is
a
a
pretty
big
big
call,
call.
especially when we're trying to get it, like, you know, partner with the
It's just a
business, and
business,
you're
yeah,
just going to
yeah. It's a
big
dethrone
call.
one of the
know.
partners.
Layer up, laugh.
Yeah, and
Point.
carry on too. You
Carry
walked
on.
around. Your chest was big that day,
You
my
were
guy.
like 6 foot that day.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I am every day.
You were
were
like
6
6
foot.
inches taller. It was
I'm
bizarre.
6 foot every
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
boys?
yeah.
So we had
5'9".
another grouse day there. So thank you to them. Get
We
on
did.
there, get some stuff. It just appeals to everyone.
It did. It's
Kids can
actually-
use it. Pregnant women, it's really good for them. They can drink their mocktails. No, I'm being serious.
No, he's been
Yeah.
serious.
If they want to, have a drink, you just add water.
He's said that a few times over the last 2
Well,
weeks.
that's what they
For
they
pregnant
pitched
women?
it. They pitched it to me, and I thought that was a great idea.
That's mate. It is.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
pregnant, they can't drink. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
But
What?
they can.
Are they
drink.
allowed one? they're allowed one drink?
I just don't
I
know.
think they are. I think they are.
Well, that just depending on how strong the drink is.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't have a glass of this straight
Anyway,
vodka
I'm
pretty
and
sure,
call
I'm
it one
pretty sure
drink.
my mum drunk heaps
Yeah.
when I was pregnant.
Yeah, my mum was on the
Looking
bungers
at you,
too,
did
lad.
be taller.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
KP with the height jokes getting real unnecessary.
I know.
And then, mate, we've had a great week. My brother, I messaged my brother the other day. I said, mate, I think I might wake up because it feels like a dream. Like one day we went,
Keep saying this.
we went grouse
do we think?
brekkie into Mr. Consistent, into night golf, into the next day we went down Currumbin Valley, got in the fresh
Oh
water.
my god.
Like, think
Are we
about it.
blessed?
Think about it, boys. Think about it. We went cocktails, night golf, and beers and palmies.
Oh.
Next morning, we wake up. We go to one of the greatest eyewear shops I've ever been to, like warehouses,
Yes.
right? I've only ever been to one, but it's the greatest.
I was about to say.
And then we go to Currumbin Valley, and it had a mad waterfall, then a jump rock. Like,
Yes.
And got in a race car too,
oh,
or a spaceship.
yeah, literally.
MC and Grippo's new whips.
Proper beamers.
Wow.
What about the story about how he got it?
How
We're
he
like,
got
we're
it,
like
yeah.
MC, is this like
Your dream car?
It's a grouse, massive. It's a BMW, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, it's a Mercedes. Sorry, Mercedes. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. A mad Merc. And we go, is this your dream car? And he goes, nah. He goes, Grippo, who's his like best mate partner. And he goes, oh nah. Grippo just went down the shops and he bought one, so I just thought I'd buy one with him.
They walked in and they just gave him a 2-for-1
Yeah.
deal. Not 2-for-1, but like a bit of a
Yeah,
a bargain,
bit
sort
a
of.
bargain.
He said that when they bought him, the bloke was like, because you know they walk in, they look like typical knockabout blokes.
Yeah,
Like, what
he's-
he's doing here?
Yeah, what he's
And
doing.
it's like, show me the money.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, I like yous now.
Yeah.
And him and his family, they're so cool. Little
They are,
Dash,
little
shout
Dash
out
man.
to Dash.
Dash,
Mate,
man, you're the king.
You
bro.
imagine like his last couple of days, he would be frothing it.
Mm. Yeah.
Getting to hang
He
out
loves
like
the
with
boys,
you boys,
bro.
loves that. Like it'd be mad.
They're
So shout out
such
to
a-
them.
Such a good family. They look after. They're just really good people, and
They
that's
are.
the
Too generous,
sort of
so
people you wanna be
generous,
around.
so generous. All right, boys, that's
Shout
all.
us dinner too.
We
Shout
went-
us dinner twice.
We went.
Did they shout you last night again?
We offered. We
That's-
did. We did.
We
We're taking
offered.
them to Rick
We
Shaw's
got Rick
tomorrow,
Shaw's with
and
them
we're
tomorrow.
gonna make sure they pay.
We
Grab
did.
their wallet, throw it in the.
After we went to the Rock Falls, we took Dash. Or Dash took us to a burger joint, and there was 3 things. What was there? 3 or 4?
Timing?
3.
Yeah, no, it's
Timing.
3.
So we rated the burger joint.
Taste,
Timing, taste,
presentation.
presentation.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, and it was an 8.
That was a 9. I,
I think
think
he
Dash
gave
gave
it
it
a
a 9.
Yeah.
Pretty big, man.
I thought the bun was a bit. It wasn't soft enough to be a 9. Personally,
Negative.
I thought it was an 8. I thought it was
It's
an
pretty
8.
big of you to eat a burger.
Yeah.
I know.
How much head noise? And you went to double cheese, lad. You went to double royale with cheese.
And then
You
I
were
didn't-
hating yourself.
And then I didn't talk for about 2
You
hours.
proper
after.
hit a
I
wall.
was,
You
just
proper-
sitting there.
Yeah,
We
you
went
was-
for a beer at that Currumbin RSL.
Didn't
Yeah.
talk.
And I just was just full mute. and then I went out last night.
Yeah, yeah. Where'd you go?
Oh, you're the funniest bloke, bro.
And then you went out. He was pumped up too.
You
He was
were- yeah.
excited.
It was,
When
it was
when I-
KP's fault.
He
When I
linked up with a
left-
couple of his roosters.
Yeah, he wanted
mates,
to
eh?
impress his roosters.
Left
mates.
his nights mates back at the
Yeah,
hotel,
yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Oh.
Is that what happened?
This is my
Nah, I
first-
didn't want to go out. It was
this
a
is my-
Thursday, man. Come on.
His first chance to
I
impress.
literally went because
I literally went because they said, "Come on," you were like
Holding on
"But
to
I'll
Sammy
go home
Walker's
now."
pocket. Walking
Yeah,
around.
and Angus Crichton, he was in the middle bar.
Yeah.
He
was going skiing.
with the
Oh.
pockets.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
skiing with the pockets.
That's a dirty joke. I don't
He
like
was
that.
skiing.
I don't like it.
you know what
skiing
this
with the
screams,
pockets.
boys? Jealousy. Jealousy from you two.
Truth,
True,
Just
true.
because
It screams truth.
at some point in my life, I've got to find new friends. I've got to spread my wings, baby.
Reckon
You know
you'll
what I
be
mean?
able
I'm a peacock.
It's hard to fly like an eagle when you're
I'm a
surrounded by
peacock.
turkeys.
You
You
gotta
know
have
what
a
I
sword,
mean?
You know what I'm saying?
So did you have a good time?
No, it's good. Yeah, it was a great night. But the only reason I went is literally because Kalen was texting me, "Come to the Pav."
Yeah. Actually, no. F
Yeah.
you, lad. You dogged me in text last night as
I went
well.
for a bit at the pub. Yeah.
We were all walking together, and KP's like, "Cannon's at the pub," and just started speed
wanted to
walking
go.
ahead of us. And we were like, "Mate, wait, we will come."
No, but you didn't want to go.
Well, I would have because I bought some food. I had a cup of noodles. I wasn't going to take that into the pub with me. I was going to drop it off at the hotel, and then I would have come for a beer.
But you didn't want to?
You were 500 meters in front of me.
Nah, Tex didn't want to, and then so Croaks was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'll go home with Tex."
I know, being a good mate, eh?
Yeah, and then
It's
but
criminal.
Kenan
Criminal.
was texting me too, and then so was Gus. So I was like, "Oh, I might as well go down there for a couple."
Yeah.
Couple.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, like, just enjoying myself. KP was like pretty. He had a few by the time I got there.
maggot.
He was maggot by the time I
But
got there.
who
So
about
I'm
when I got
thinking,
home?
I'm like thinking, this bloke's like all in here. Like, so I started having a few, and then all of a sudden he goes, bruh, he's like, just comes to, bruh, I'm going home. Like, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like, do you want to come home? It was just like, I'm going.
But
Like,
he just runs his
there was
own
invite.
race.
So I was like, well, fuck, I'm gonna
What
stay.
have we been saying, bro?
Do I have
It
to
is
invite you
It is
home?
KP's
world
and we are just.
living in it.
I have
Exactly.
I have
Living
to
in it.
say, Connor, do you want to come?
No, we'll just
No,
say,
it was
mate.
just
Just
like-
say, mate, I'm
yeah.
leaving. If you want to come,
Yeah,
come
if
with
you
me
wanna
now.
come. But it was just
Yeah.
like, oh, bro, I'm going. I was like, all right.
because I knew if I didn't get out there, I would have been there till the morning, and I didn't.
You
want
would
to.
have ended up in Surface.
I didn't want to. Yeah.
All right,
That was
boys,
me.
we're
That's okay.
we're past the halfway mark by a couple minutes, so we're probably a bit behind on schedule. So now we're going to jump into the footy chat. That way, it's only about 20 minutes. Keep fans wanting more. You know what I mean?
100%.
Big ratings, big revenue. Shout out to Matty Johns. I can't steal that. I'm gonna edit that out. That's cheap. We're gonna, as we said, we're gonna talk a little bit of footy. We're gonna do a little bit of a season review. We're just gonna kick it off with the Knights. Do you reckon it's a pass or fail?
Fail in some ways, pass in others.
Yep.
I would have liked to have gone.
You are
further.
one of the great fence sitters.
The
One of the
best.
best fence sitters
I
I've
am the
ever
best.
seen.
I'm just too. I just am too.
Well, you're not
chill.
that good because I
Just
picked up
cruise.
on it. So
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, that's something.
all
That's
right,
right.
you would have went
I think.
go a couple
I
more?
wanted to go. Would have loved to have gone a step further than what we did last year. But I think the way we ended, within the club, we know that we ended in a better, in a better way in terms of just like our overall professionalism, our connection as a group.
What do you think, man?
No pass. No,
I
no
reckon-
deal. No pass. I don't know.
Nah,
It's hard to say because people.
I
were
reckon
injured
if
for
you
so long.
ask the whole team, the squad, I reckon they say it's a fail.
Yeah, and that's
I reckon
okay.
there was light at the end of the tunnel in the last few games for sure.
Yeah.
How tough we were playing, especially the last one. We didn't bow out the way we bowed out last year against the Rabbitohs. So, but the shit we went through this year was pretty bad. Like you barely played any. Drew barely played any. We had blokes coming in and out. We had
I missed half the season.
we had myself, like I debuted off the streets. Like I was on the shovel and I debuted. Like that's just sort of where the club was at. We had all these injuries, suspensions,
We're 14th.
blokes playing Origin. We're 14th.
14th,
And we snuck up to 7th, and we had sole 7th locked up before the last round. So some good stuff,
There are good signs there.
but a couple more would have been nice.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
oh, well.
Yeah.
Show goes on next year. Personal review, boys. How do you think it went? Connor, grouse year.
Yeah,
You can give yourself a wrap. Yeah,
Pass.
pass. KP.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, for what you did, lad. Fuck pass.
Yeah, for what I did, but it's
Played
not,
like
I
12.
don't-
How many
You
games?
don't hold
played?
your. You know what I mean? When you have your own ambitions and goals,
Yeah.
and you don't reach them, then you
There's some
kinda-
things that stopped you that you can't help.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you
Exactly.
can't
Yeah,
help.
true.
You
Actually,
can't
no,
help an injury.
Given the year that I had, yes, pass.
I'm
Yourself?
talking. Yeah, I reckon I'd have a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're
that's 3
pretty
passes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy.
You were pretty happy, yeah.
No one reckoned.
What was your when you came into this
It's on his
season?
phone, bro.
What
it's
was
on my
your,
phone. It's been there all year.
was it
Get
say?
back into the NRL squad and debut.
Pause. That's been my wallpaper the whole time.
What
It's
was
been
your
my wallpaper since New Year's.
Okay.
And
Did you want? Did you aspire to play 1 game, 2 games?
Nah, I just aspired to play.
Yeah.
Be back in the squad was the first one, and then debut.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I like what Josh King said. He said I only ever wanted to play 2 NRL games, my debut, and then my second to know I was good enough to get a call back.
Yeah.
I thought that was mad.
That's pretty cool.
So I
eh?
played 2,
That was
so
good when he said that.
I'll take that. Yeah, but more to come. All right, let's talk about the NRL, boys, like the actual season itself. Let's just quickly jump into the players and like the quality of the players, especially 2 positions. 2 key positions this year stood out for me, right? It's the fullbacks and the locks. I reckon just about every team has an incredible fullback.
Yeah.
Think about like some of like Teddy,
You have to, eh?
right? KP, Turbo,
No.
like even
Nico
and Paps,
Yeah.
right? Even the young guns like Will Kennedy.
Yeah.
Nigel Klogstad, even when he's playing, you know, like he's had some good ones. Brimo,
Brimo's a
Yeah.
gun.
Grouse, Brimo's a gun. Dylan Edwards is a gun.
He is.
I reckon he'll get Clive Churchill
Really?
if Panthers win.
Is he someone said today he might be injured.
Nah,
no?
he's a little bit. Oh, jeez, he's a little bit injured, but
Is that
just
wrong?
ate the microphone.
Headbutt the mic.
You know, I could just go on. I've missed a couple, but I could go on through the whole NRL, and the fullbacks are outstanding.
You've watched footy for a while.
Yeah, and I watch it intently. I do really enjoy it.
Because of the game,
Yeah,
or like has fullbacks always been such a vital role?
yeah, I
There's
think
always-
so.
yeah, it
I
has.
think so. Yeah, 100%, 100%.
But it's like it's literally the most important.
I
player
think
right
so.
now.
I think so. Yeah.
Halfbacks were like
Halfbacks were when you needed a game manager.
Yeah, like
I
2
don't
years
think
ago.
the game can be managed at the moment. It's too fast. That's why Cleary's so good, because he somehow does it, right? But I just think to a point where it's not manageable as much as it used to be. Kick to corners, kick the ball out. You can't like that. That's not kicking to corners is efficient. Sorry, kicking the ball out's not efficient. Stuff like that.
Anymore,
You know what I mean? Slowing the game down, you sort of can't. You sort of can't at the moment.
The way Cleary constructs sets
is incredible, bro.
Beautiful.
He's got the 5 plays set up. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
So that's why I think he's such a good half, because I don't think the half is as vital anymore as it used to be. Like, you think when Cronk and that was dominating and Thurston, it was so vital.
Game,
You know what I mean? But now I think it's fullbacks because the game's so much freer.
And locks are so important too.
And that's my second one, to link with your halves, because you need to play like there's another halfback these days.
Yeah.
And that's what locks do. Think of the best locks in the game. Cam Murray, right? Isaiah Yeo, Jake Trbojevic, Victor Radley, my boy Connor Watson. Yeah. Think about them. They're all grouse ball players who could probably slip into the halves if they ever needed to.
Yeah.
Anything, boys?
No, I love listening.
Yeah.
You have way more knowledge than me. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Locks it's like the link between the middle and the edge, and but you got to be able to play both styles too. You can't just move the ball the whole time. Like, you got to be able to. So it's like guys like Rads and stuff. They're actually really powerful too when they run as well.
Yeah. Same like Cam Murray. Like, he's the same. Like Isaiah Yeo's the same. Yeah. Trbojevic is even the same. He always finds his front. Like, it's I
reckon the way the Roosters play, like, they use their edge back rowers a lot to actually generate ruck speed. Where like it's always been about the middle, like generating ruck speed. But the way they play, I remember when we versed them, like when we played them at home that day, and we were like, "Fuck, mate, Andrew Johns playing lock."
Yeah,
I was like, "Bro, he just
he's
literally
just killing it.
orchestrating everything." But and then you just seem like you can't. If you don't have an elite fullback, you won't be able to win.
No, I just don't think you can. Honestly, I don't think you can.
Can the game get quicker? What do they do?
See, the way I always saw it is, instead of making all these different rule changes to speed up the game, I always thought just take one out.
Yeah,
that's what
So I always thought take the lock out, and then whoever your lock is, to say it's Rads, you would just play him as a front rower alongside the other front rower. So you'd probably leave like Jared. Yeah, I'm just using Roosters as an example. Yeah. You'd probably just leave Jared there. That's the way I always saw it, because you watch every time the game, there's 2 people in the sin bin, so there's a push and shove, and there's 2 people in the sin bin for 10 minutes, and it's 12 on 12. It's the fastest, most loose-looking footy you ever see. So I think it's that. Make the players cover more space rather than trying to change all these rules to make it faster. But I think the game at the moment is unbelievable.
Yeah. What about interchange? Like, if they dropped it to 6?
Yeah.
It'd be quicker, like, because... but then the big guys will come out of the game.
Yeah,
and
the weird thing about
pace would be purely faster.
The weird thing about 6 is someone's going to come off. 2 people are going to come off that probably won't go back on. That's the way it works, because you have 4 blokes on the bench, unless you reduce the bench to 3, which means you've got a team of 16, which I don't think is suitable for injuries, and I think it'll leave teams vulnerable. Yeah. So if you keep it at 4, but if you've only got 6 changes, them 4 go off. The other 4 that are off, only 2 more can go on, which means you're going to take someone out of the game that you might not see, that you won't. You know what I mean? Once you've made the 4, 2 of those blokes aren't going to come back onto the field. So that's the way I look at it. I always thought just -1 player, make them create more space, because the hardest thing is defending space, because you have to move more, which makes the game more faster. So if you take one out, the bloke next to him has to defend an extra 2 meters. You have to defend an extra 2 meters. That's the way I always looked at it.
Do you reckon they will ever?
Nah, because that's changing like
that's
fabric
changing the fabric.
Game,
But they have they changed how much a try's worth.
Every time there's a rule change for that weekend, it was like the biggest uproar ever.
Biggest thing
then
ever.
It
slowly dips off, doesn't it?
It's better.
The game now is
still a concern.
The high tackles, but like they enforced it, like it was
so inconsistent.
See, that bad,
the one on the weekend, like, it was accidental, but it was forceful contact to the head. It was Munster and Lualai. I can say it. It's forceful contact to the head. Lualai was like knocked out.
Yeah.
And like it was nothing. It wasn't even a penalty.
Yeah, really.
Like poor like forwards and that, who were like 6'5", have these like wingers running at them who were like 5'10", slip a little bit, just sort of, just the chin hits the top of their shoulder, and they get like 10 in the bin.
Yeah.
Who was that bloke?
Sam Verrills.
Sam Verrills, mate.
The bloke slipped in front of him.
He slipped to 4 foot, and Sam was like dipping,
Yeah.
and he hit him. He's got like 2
2
weeks.
weeks,
Won't play
yeah.
Won't play the start of the round.
Mm.
Works for you.
Then back in kick
Boys,
up.
enough
New South Wales Cup.
kick up.
Sorry.
Enough of the NRL season. Let's talk about a bit of GF. It is GF week, like we said. This is being recorded on Friday, so we're going to make a couple predictions for Sunday's game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a bit of a footy head, so boys, what was your earliest memory of the GF? Like any grand final?
I went to the 2001 grand final. Eels
Oh,
versus
shit.
Knights. Yeah, that was my
You were a
first ever
Knights
grand
reporter
final.
too.
That's where I started, like, because
Is that how it started?
Yes.
Nice.
We born 96. So
Yeah.
5 years old then.
I was 5 years old.
You
So,
remember it?
so all my family were, or not all my family, but everyone was going for the Eels.
Yeah.
All my cousins and like uncles and that, they all go for the Eels.
Yeah.
And then on the way there, I was like, nah, I'm going for the Knights.
Mad.
Stuff
way
it.
there.
And then
Yeah.
that's when you started.
Yeah, on the train, I said like the Knights will win, like I'm going for them, and then Knights killed them, and then after that, I was just a mad Newey fan.
Mad.
That's
That was
mad.
cool. It was like on the train because we caught the train on the way down,
Yeah.
and then that was when the stadium was open still.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
hadn't filled the ends in, and we were like proper nosebleeds at the end of those ones. And my pop had his binoculars, and like,
And you can remember that sort
yeah,
of
I
thing.
can
That's
remember
mad.
That's
that,
hectic. KP, do you remember your earliest memory?
I never went to a grand final growing up.
Yeah.
I went to the 15. I mean, that's not early, but the experience of a grand final.
Yeah.
I remember watching. I was lucky enough to be in a box.
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
you in the squad then? Or
No, I went there the year after, and yeah, it was crazy.
Do you remember like any other like watching them growing up?
Not really.
Not
Just
really?
Benji's like the flick pass.
Yeah.
but
See,
not-
I was at
not-
that one.
Not really.
I was at that one. So when I was in kindergarten, my older sister bought raffle tickets, and you could win a family pass. So you could win 2
Really?
adults, 2 kids, and we won. And my mother was a Tiger supporter growing up in that area, and we went to that. And that's why I wanted to tell this story. So like I grew up loving Benji. And I remember I used to ask for the Benji Marshall haircut from hairdressers.
You still get it? Actually.
I still
Your
sort of do
sideburns.
get it, yeah.
The sideburns
I still
are
sort of
doom.
do, right? And I grew up idolising Benji. I was at that 05 grand final when he did that, like, the unbelievable flick pass.
In the
And
grand
now,
final.
we're in a GF, like,
GF.
to just
There's
run
a
over
lot
the
on the
sideline.
line.
Yeah. You know, I actually heard a story about him once that he was only like 21 when that happened.
Mm.
That he had like a best, I think he might have been 20. He had like a best mate's 21st the night before. And it was like, he just couldn't miss it. Could not miss it. And he went there. He didn't get on the piss or nothing. But as he was going home, he was starving. And the only thing that was open was Macca's. And he got himself Macca's the night before the GF and then goes out and does that.
Wow.
Crazy. Anyway, so what I wanted to say was, like, that's the only grand final I've been to, the 05 one. And 16 years later, Connor's lucky enough to get me a ticket because you got to present the Ken Stevens Award. And 16 years later, I'm going to watch Benji play again, which I think is
Pretty
just
cool.
so
Yeah, it's
cool.
pretty cool.
I think
Probably
that's
his last
mad.
game too.
Could be. He said he's not retiring. He said he's still a bit unsure, but you know, you never know.
If he
You wait and
wins,
see.
If he wins,
wins-
do you reckon he retires?
Oh,
Don't
I'm
know.
not
It's
sure.
hard to say.
Look at
Who-
it. Imagine that between drinks. 16 years
Wow.
it takes. You know, between to win a GF.
Has he been back? No, he hasn't been back. Sorry.
No, he hasn't. He's never
Do you
played in
reckon-
another.
Do they win? Who wins?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're going to talk about something just in between. Favorite grand final moment, boys. I've got a list. I've got a list from the last 20 years. I'll rattle some off. I've got Sam Burgess's performance with the shattered eye socket.
Yeah.
I've got Beaver's try when he come back in the 40-0 win against the Storm. Roosters back to back. I think that is something to talk about. That would be so hard. Here's a big one. JT's field goal.
Yep, that's the one.
The Scotty Sattler tackle in 03.
Cracker.
The Benji flick in 05. Bobcat Ryan tackle never gets talked about enough in 04. Do you remember me showing you this
Yeah,
one
you
day?
showed me
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The Cam Smith retiring on his last game, winning the grand final. And he scored, never scores. The Webke, he won the 2006 grand final in his retirement game. Didn't play again. Courageous Cooper Cronk,
Yeah.
2018, with like a 15
With one
centimetre
arm.
crack down his shoulder
He
blade.
had one wing.
I got the Sharks breaking the 50-year drought, and I got the Rabbitohs breaking the 43-year drought. I was just doing the last 20 years, so I didn't do Joey down the sideline because it's over that.
What's the
what's
the podium for
what-
you? Top three. Podium.
Jeez, it's hard, man.
Back to back.
See, because I grew up as a Penrith supporter, and I'd watched the 03 grand final 100 times. I've watched it so many times.
So that tackle.
That tackle is up there for me.
What was the score when that tackle?
It was close because they only won. I think they only won 18-6. I remember Luke Prittis, he was a dummy half.
Yeah.
Luke Rooney, who was a winger, scored 2 tries, and Luke Prittis scored 1. He got man of the match. Got Clive Churchill. So I have a feeling it was only about 18-6 because I think it was only 3 tries to 1. It was a
Yeah.
wet, sloppy game. Freddie played in it. So I went for the Panthers. That's in my podium. But then I'm a bit biased because I've played under Bobcat Ryan. And that tackle I don't think is talked about enough.
You showed me
They
that.
were down by they were up by 3 and Brett Finch, why am I calling him Finchy? Never met him. Brett Finch hits Michael Crocker on a beautiful line straight through a hole with Anthony Minicello pushing. And he goes through the hole and Bobcat comes from the defender 1 in
and gets him.
and
Gets the
dives, clips his ankles. He falls over and the ball pops out and it's a knockout. Like, I just don't think it's talked about enough. I seriously don't. And here's another thing. It was his debut to be a captain in the NRL.
That game.
In the grand final. Because Steve Price got injured. He got suspended the week before. Didn't get to play. That's why Thurston gave him his ring.
Yeah.
There you
knew
go.
that. I didn't know that was that game.
Bobcat was the captain and it was the first time he's ever captain.
So that's.
I just think, mate, that is mad. So
you get excited about that.
I'll put that in there and then...
Bro, you know one that's not talked about at all? Skids broke his jaw.
Broke his jaw.
Yeah, in like the first couple minutes when the Roosters won in 2013.
13.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
No one ever says.
No one ever says
about
anything.
that. Yeah.
Someone
played
else
the whole game with it.
Someone else broke
Scored
their
a
arm.
try.
Jack Reed, remember him for the Broncos?
Yeah.
The red-headed centre?
Yeah.
He broke his arm in the 2015 grand final and scored a try.
Jack Bird.
Oh, Jack Bird did something as well.
Yeah.
Elbow, that's
Did
right.
he do it the week before? Or did he do it in
No,
the
I
grand
think he
final?
did it in the GF
Yeah.
against Melbourne in 2016. Yeah. Hyperextended it.
Yeah.
Mate, mental. I reckon it's so good. And then my last one I would probably put in would be JT's field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be in
Cooper
there.
Cronk. It's a big one, man.
That's tough.
That's 80 minutes. Like you know that you're going into a game.
Yeah. Well, Burgess, he played 80 minutes with it. It was off the kickoff.
Yeah, but it's different to a wing. Like it's his face. It doesn't. It's not saying
But
it's not as, but it's a wing, and he's a 7. Like Cooper Cronk. I'm not trying to.
Wait,
they're both
what are you
amazing.
talking about?
Like his arm.
A wing. Yeah, it's his arm.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you meant winger position.
No, wing.
No,
Like
no.
thought I was
chicken
still talking
wing.
about Skidsy. Yeah.
I reckon the.
And,
What
like
was
the
Cronk's
whole,
up
and, the
there?
whole, and the whole week.
Yeah.
The whole week he's going in. Sam
you-
Burgess got hit off the
Yeah,
kickoff.
kickoff.
Yeah.
What would you prefer? I reckon I'd
Not
much
knowing.
prefer to play with something
Oh.
above my top injured rather than below. I can get through a game with something above me. Like if I had like a busted leg, if I had a crook knee, shit ankle or something, I'd much prefer to have a shit shoulder or a bad wrist or a cheekbone rather than the lowers because you can get around.
You can get around.
You know what
but
I mean?
Weight bearing, like your ankles and knees and that's different.
I wouldn't like that because it's too hard to get around. Whereas if it's my shoulder, like I'd just put my body in front and just do your best. At least you can move.
Yeah.
Boys, what's your podium? Go, give me some.
Off from that.
Out of that list, sorry boys, I didn't.
JT's on there.
I
For
didn't.
me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cooper Cronk's on there.
That's fair.
Being a Knights fan, that like I've got to say the 97 one. even
Yeah,
though it's
but
not
that
the
was
last
I
20
did
years.
from the last 20 years.
Yeah, I think JT's kicking the field goal.
Yeah, that's in all
clutch.
three of us.
Because he's a beast.
He's a boost.
With Unky.
Unky JT. Can't go past probably Scotty Sattler tackle.
Oh, yes.
That's boys' eyes.
KP, you got one more.
And then
I know. I'm trying to.
shout out to the Roosters back to back.
I'm gonna go
Come on.
JT, Cronk, and I actually think the Roosters going back to back is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Because imagine how tough it'd be.
Yeah,
if
that's
you win,
exactly.
everyone goes after you the next year. And then
Exactly.
you still win. All right, boys, just let's finish it up. We got our GF predictions. Who do you think wins, boys, and what's the score?
Roosters. Oh no, Roosters. Rabbitohs. I wasn't coming with heat too.
come in so confident.
Rabbitohs.
Roosters?
Rabbitohs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Connor?
I'm filthy with
Penrith.
Storm on in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Penrith win. They'll be too big, too strong. Nathan Cleary, Clive
Churchill.
I think with the amount of experience that's in the Rabbitohs, not that there isn't in Penrith, but they've been like playing those sort of games for the last 4 years.
Yep.
They've got a fucking good side.
Yeah.
It's not that Penrith don't, but I think Rabbitohs.
Okay, so you're going Rabbitohs. Boys, give me a score. Give me a score line.
I'm gonna go. It's gonna be tight.
Yep, I completely agree.
24.
Yep.
Penrith.
Yep.
18 Souths.
Yeah, you got them by a try. KP, you got Souths here.
Yeah,
What are you thinking?
no.
No, it's okay, mate. Take your time.
Imagine if like Latrell's
19, 18.
Latrell's
1918 Souths.
Oh,
they're close.
Holy. Okay,
Reynolds off the boot.
You've given me your Clive Churchill, Adam
Yeah.
Reynolds. Give me
No.
yours. Sorry,
Cleary.
Nathan Cleary. Give me yours.
Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds. Yeah.
Last
yeah.
game is a
Okay,
bunny.
boys. I want to. This is a little weird question. Who do you
think?
I'm gonna go. I think Souths. I think Souths by about 12. I reckon they score real late in the game, and they'll be up by 6, and then they'll just score real late in the game, and it'll be like a bit of a fairy tale moment for Reynolds. I think he'll like kick the conversion, like when it's all sort of said and done,
Yeah.
and I just think that'll be a cool moment. So I've got Souths by 12.
I love.
My Clive Churchill is. I've got Cam Murray,
I
and
was gonna
this
say
is another question I wanted to ask you. Who do you think is going to be the underdog big player? Someone who's not really in the limelight, but is just going to come out and have a blinder.
Bro, the fullback. What's the
Yeah,
fullback?
Dylan
Taff,
Edwards.
Blake Taff,
Yeah.
or Edwards.
I was going to say Edwards.
I think if
Favorite.
Panthers win, Edwards is Clive Churchill. I think. So you think Taff? You think the young
Imagine
gun,
if he has a gun game, bro. And
Ma-
he has been playing really
has
good.
been.
good.
Grandy,
the most
wow.
inexperienced player in a grand final to play in the NRL era?
Hectic.
Hectic.
I
What's
reckon
it,
that-
4 games in?
Nah, 7.
It's good, man.
The other was Will Hopewadi.
Good
I
on
think
him.
he was on 8 when they played in 2014 with the Dogs versus the the Dogs versus Rabbitohs.
Was he? But
Yeah, he
he
started at
started it.
hooker. He started at hooker.
Will Hopewadi.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of someone else.
I was about to say, he's at Manly.
He started at Manly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe it was for Manly.
Yeah, that's what I was
Maybe it was for
thinking when
Manly.
they
So
won
yeah, maybe it was for Manly.
against the
Anyway.
Warriors.
Boys, I wanted to ask you something. You know, we're almost done. You know, we're talking about the greatest moments.
Yep.
What's going to be the 2021 greatest moment, boys? What's going to happen? Something that'll just stand out for years to come. Something that will it'll be bizarre.
Always happens, hey.
Always
Big
happens in
games
a
have big
GF.
moments. Big games have big moments.
What do you think's going to happen? Something that's just going to be bizarre.
I reckon.
I don't like. I feel like Cleary's gonna do. Like Cleary's always in. He puts himself in the picture. He puts himself in these moments. And although I want Rabbits to win, he's just known for doing that sort of stuff
Okay.
on the big stage. I don't know. Could be a tackle. Could be a 40-20. They're down by 4, 40-20.
40-20, there you go.
Get
Like,
up
those
there,
are big
score a
moments.
try. Like those sort
20-40.
of moments.
Might kick a 20-40.
Jeez.
Might do like an optional restart or something. What do you got?
I reckon that someone will put a kick in, grubber. Blake Taft go through. Nathan Cleary will chase him down, tackle him.
Oh yeah. So you're saying Panthers put in a kick.
Yep.
Taft scoops it up.
Yep. Line break.
Line break. Cleary.
tracks him.
Tackle.
Tackle.
Okay. Here's what I've got. I reckon 2 big boys combine for a try. So I reckon I see someone like Cam Murray. I know he's not a big boy, but he plays lock. I can see him ducking under a tackle, bit scrambly, bang, turns, sees one of his big fellas like Totola or Burgess or Nichols, and just tips him on under the sticks. I can just see it. Like these 2 forwards coming together, I can just see it.
What about Nichols, hey?
Mate, what about a rise to fame, my guy?
Holy-
Keep doing
my
your
guy.
thing,
Holy
my
hell,
guy.
bro.
Okay, listen, that's all we got. This was recorded on Friday, so we have not seen it. We promise. We've got proof. Well, not really, but we do. We're in the studio on Friday. So as always, just like, comment, subscribe.
Make love to the button. Subscribe.
Ooh.
We got
Ronan.
Rones, man, you
Yes,
went an
mate.
hour. You went an hour.
Yeah, no. Thanks for listening. Again, like Kirk said, like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back next week.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Cheers.